Hello adventurers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the Wichita Mountains and we're about to go on a hike as a part of something special that I'll tell you about later. So let's roll the intro and get right to it. For today's hike, we are doing a 1.4 mile out and back trail here in the Wichita Mountains. This is called the Jed Johnson Tower Trail, and there's the trailhead right here. This is a pretty easy one, but it's going to give us a little bit of a beautiful view of the Wichitas that you don't see just going to Mount Scott. This is a really cool old tower, and I'll tell you more about that when we get a little bit closer. Now, as you can see, this trail is pretty well traveled, and it's a little nasty today. There was recently some snow, it's melted off, and it's left everything super moist. Way up there you can see the tower that we're hiking to. Now, a couple of interesting things about this trail. The tower that we're going to, some people say, is haunted. I've never seen anything up there when I've been there, so I can't attest to this, but there are some rumors. Now, the reality of the tower is that it was built way back in the early 1900s. This thing right here has been standing strong for a very long time and makes for a really cool destination amongst all of the rocky crag of the Wichita Mountains. Since the water, it looks like we have to walk across right here. Glad we wore our hiking boots. This is very soggy out here today. Not once, but twice do we get to cross over this water. Now, normally when I've come out here, it has been dry because it's been closer to summertime. But this is moist, super moist. So this is our option one, which looks a little bit more dry, but there is a little stream that runs across kind of over here, or we could go this way straight through the water. There's also usually some stones that go through here that are clearly gone now, so I guess we're gonna go sloshing through the water. Time to go off-roading. Ooh, that's kind of deep. Now, we will come back the other way just to kind of see if it was any different and to see if I made the right choice. This is a little bit more narrow than I usually like it to be, but since we're out here during winter, I'm less stressed out about it. Remember how I said this one was easy? It is, but there are some stairs. So, here we go. Let me just point out, from this turn right here, you can get a perfect view of the tower if you're wanting to get some amazing pictures of the tower and the water together. It is so gorgeous out here today. Despite the fact that it's a little moist, it's nice feeling. It's about 61 degrees. We're here in January, and we're here on part of our 52 hike challenge. Let me explain as we keep hiking. This year I joined the 52 hike challenge. This is a challenge to do one hike of 1 mile or more per week for 52 weeks, the entire calendar year of 2021. I wanted to do this so I could explore some new places and encourage myself to get out, stretch my legs, and live a little. As a travel blogger, I do this pretty often, but last year, I, like many, was kind of stuck in a rut. I didn't know exactly what to do, and I wanted to challenge myself this year to do better. So the 52 hike challenge is a perfect way to do that. Now, of course, being out here in January, everything isn't in full bloom, so it's looking a little more brown than green, but that also means that we have less likelihood of running into snakes, which are really bad around here on the rocky surfaces. Now through this area, it's a little bit more rocky and slippery as it slopes down, so hang on guys, we're going off-roading. Guys, I didn't even think about this area having water. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen water in this area. Ever. And there is some of that leftover snow. Just a little bit in the shaded areas. Now on my way up here from Texas, I saw several areas that still had kind of drifts, and then it was green all around them. But that is the first snow I've spotted here at the Wichita Mountains in the park. So, okay, the water makes way more sense now. They got a lot. Now this area right here, guys, is the toughest part of the actual trail itself because it has all of these crazy rocks. I'm going to kind of show you as I go up, but I am going to have to pay attention a little bit more here because this is the one area that I've seen people slip. Eek! Now typically, guys, I don't like to show you as much of the foot placements because, let's face it, nobody really wants to look at my hiking boots that much, even though they are awesome. But for this particular trail, I felt like it was important to show you that because a lot of times whenever you see easy or moderate on something, you don't know exactly what to expect. Now, one other thing, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is a pretty decent step. It's like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet. That's a big one, guys. Big one. Well guys, there it is. Now at one point in time you could go in the tower, but that has long since run its course. Probably because they don't have someone who is actively on duty right here all the time to make sure people are safe. Also, I've seen some things saying that it's in disrepair on the inside, so you can't get to the top anyway. And I did see that there's some graffiti, so that always usually stops things right dead in their tracks when people start doing stuff like that. So now we can just come out here and enjoy it and see its mammoth size. This thing is huge, guys. Now, just to get a size reference as to how big each one of these stones is, this is my hand in comparison to the stone. Yeah, these are each individually massive, and there are so many of them. And I would assume that they were probably cut from stones like this. You know, that's just my assumption though. And while we're going with that assumption, you can look over here in the background. This entire mountain is made of boulders just like this. So they had plenty to work with. It looks like they did use like a concrete mixture to kind of bond them together that had stone in it as well. So it's been here for a while. It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. And it is spectacular to see. Now, before we hit the trail to go back down, I do want to give one shout out. That is to my friend over at The Most Epic Adventures. He's been creating a lot of cool travel content. You should go check him out. He sent me this hat and I am loving it today, especially because the wind is blowing my hair everywhere and it's also giving me a little bit of a shade on my face. So much needed, much appreciated, and go check him out. Okay guys, it's time for us to go down the trail now on the opposite side to go check out the conditions there. Now I want to show you both sides so that if you're coming up, if one is a little bit easier looking than the other, you can take that one. I just want to give you all the resources that I can out here and enjoy this beautiful day. Every journey begins with a single step. So the way down looks about like this. As you can see, there's some loose rocks, some larger boulders, and a lot of brush around here. But this is supposed to be the easier way, so let's find out. Okay, something we're seeing along this portion of the trail is that since the water has been here, it has washed a little bit of a gully out. So what normally is a little bit more flat through here, right now is a little bit more maybe U-shaped. I don't know, that's kind of what it looks like, and it's collecting a little bit of water but not near as bad as the other one so far. Okay, a little bit of water through here right on the step, so we're gonna be extra careful stepping down. Now typically this entire area is dry, but right now it is awash. Now I thought about, before I got out of the van, not changing shoes. I was wearing regular tennis shoes and the last time I was up here that was sufficient. However, something told me,
put on your hiking boots.
And now I'm so glad I did. We've been wading through water all the way down, which is very uncommon for this particular area at this time of year. Typically it's dry, bone dry. And again, we're seeing all of this along this entire area. Now, if you're interested in the hiking boots that I'm wearing, I've done a video on those previous. I'll link it up here or here, and you can check that out. But for now, let's get back to wading in the water. See what I'm talking about, guys? This is not normal for this trail at this time of year, but in we go anyway. And here, hi, you can see my shadow. So today's hike, guys, has been really amazing, and it's given me kind of a different perspective on this trail that I've taken before, because now I was able to see it in a different way. Okay guys, so that has been our trail for the day. I hope you enjoyed coming along for this adventure. I've had a wonderful, amazing time out here at the Wichita Mountains. The Jed Johnson Tower hike. It's 1.4 miles, absolutely amazing, beautiful views, and we saw something a little different. Till next time guys, bye!